The new media creative came out of an idea that was inspired by Dr. Scott Markland, who is the Senior Vice President for Student Development. And he asked me to come up with an idea to engage student workers in a more meaningful way so that they could maybe work in the field that they were studying. How could that look and how would you build it? And so I thought about that, and so the first version was we hired about 5 students and we brought them in and gave them tasks that aligned with their field of study. And they did great. These were fabulous students. As a matter of fact, we hired one of them and who works full-time for us now from that experience. And I was tasked with the idea of to take that to the next level. So I have a really great friend who is a brilliant mind, who's a comm professor, Dr. Jessica McKinley, and she and I started talking about how we could make that a reality.
The New Media Creative is really an incubator where we are embracing what the students are learning in their classrooms and giving them the opportunity to have real-world experience. It's certainly something that Sinclair believes in, aligning jobs with what the students are majoring in. So the New Media Creative is really this great opportunity for students to have the opportunity to work with marketing professionals, to have real projects assigned to them, to have deadlines, to build a portfolio, but to have the ability to work with their professor or work with a professional in graphic design with the marketing department and get paid. It's really this nice hybrid between the student working in their classes and then getting a real job.
My name is Trey Turner and I study multimedia journalism at Sinclair. It was another skill in my repertoire. I just had a love for writing like poetry and even writing serious work. It's interesting to see different types of writing that I can possibly learn. October of last year, I started working in the marketing department before it was the New Media Creative. And we would go get pictures and student testimonials, and we would do the normal things that we do here now in the New Media Creative. My primary job here at Sinclair is doing a little bit of everything. I do photography, videography. Seems like my focal point is doing sports here at Sinclair. What I want to do after Sinclair is I want to possibly open my own photography business, thinking about adding videography into that as well. The New Media Creative has shown me different angles I could possibly take. A lot of the workers here, the supervisors we have for the New Media Creative, have shown me different pictures I can take and the criteria for taking pictures and how do I set things up, how do I get things to look the way they're supposed to. It has really pushed me to have an idea of what I'm looking for when I go out with a camera.
My name's Olivia Porter, I'm studying graphic design. I started doing graphic design in high school. I did it all 4 years, really found a passion for it. I'm part of the New Media Creative here at Sinclair. Within the marketing department, I pretty much just redesign things, make new things that are advertisements for the school or any events going on. I use InDesign and Photoshop mostly to edit the pictures and to make new logos or whatever we need and lay out the brochures or the flyers or posters. I'm a very creative person, and one of the reasons I like hanging out in the New Media Creative is because there's lots of other creative people there that you can share your passions with or learn new skills from. It's a great experience working here. I look forward to working with everybody next semester.
My name is Michael Wright. I'm an entrepreneurship major here at Sinclair. Just recently I joined the New Media Creative, working with the marketing department. I make music every day for many videos you might see around. I work with a great bunch of people, learning marketing skills while getting to use my own craft. Ideally, I'd like to open up my own music studio one day. I'm a self-taught musician in just about anything you hand me, and I'm also a certified audio engineer. Went and got that over the summer in between my semesters here at Sinclair, so by the time I come out here with my associates, I'll have that plus whatever certification I get for a small business, as well as certification in audio engineering, so just trying to get as many notches under my belt as possible. This is a great experience through Sinclair because not only am I working and getting paid doing what I love, but I know that it's a job where I can take it and it'll look great on a resume. I know that I'll have tons of connections through Sinclair, and I'm forever thankful for it. Sinclair has really shaped my future because going into college I didn't know really what I wanted to do. I was originally going to be a biology major. I've always had a passion for music, but I never really thought I could pursue it. And I got introduced to Rocky Belcher through a Foundations of Business class, and he told me, he said, you know, you should start a business. I see something in you. And ever since then, I have this newfound confidence that you can make money doing anything, and I want to do that making music. So Sinclair will help me get there.
So I've been working on a few things here at Sinclair. I've been working on the Faculty Friday series, the Tutoring and Learning Services series of videos, and just a few videos here and there. So some of the cool things I've been able to do here in the New Media Creative is go into the burn building and get some really cool shots of a bunch of firemen doing what firemen do, of course. I also got to shoot for our TV series, Find the Need and Endeavor to Meet It, and I got some cool shots of a bunch of automotive students working on their cars and some really cool shots of Building 20 as well. Right now I'm actually a communication major, and I'm planning on going to Wright State afterwards into film just to learn a little bit more about filming and video editing. So I recently found out about the Tom Hanks building that Wright State has, and it's dedicated to motion pictures. And I feel like going there would be a great opportunity to learn more about film and video editing. I had a vague idea of what I wanted to do before I entered the New Media Creative. I wanted to go into public relations, but now I've kind of found a new interest in video editing, videography. It's really fun learning how to build a story, film it, and edit it all together, and it's really sparked a new interest in what I want to do here.
And that's what the New Media Creative is. It actually was designed to have a lot of students come in with a paid job, but we built it with a hybrid type of a process. So what's unique about it is that it's aligned very much like a class, and that there's a syllabus when you come in. There's an explanation of your duties and the goals and skills you will be tasked to use while you're doing it. But unique to a class is that there are deliverables like a job, because we're paying them. So it's a balance between the nurturing component of really outlining what to do and how to do it, and what do you need to get it done, with actually having to produce.
So eventually I want to go make my own film company. I'll probably start out with doing commercials for other companies and work my own project on the side. But eventually I'd like to own my own company and produce movies. So the other day I was walking down the Sinclair lobby and I saw some guys walking around with cameras. And so I talked to him. It ended up being one of the other students here at that New Media Creative. And I asked him what he was doing, and he told me that it was his job. And so I was like, man, if I can get paid for this, that'd be awesome. Now that I've been a part of the program, a lot of what I've been doing is for the Facebook page. So we post pretty frequently on there, and a lot of it is videos that we make. It's super relevant to what I do, and the fact that it's going to build my resume, because a lot of people in the film industry, they don't care too much about what your degree is per se. They care about your experience. What have you done? Show us one of your videos. And so when you go to sign up for a job, that's going to be pivotal, is your resume that you're going to give them. So this is going to help me build a resume that can stand up to the giants out there in the film industry.
My name is Louisa, and I am a digital marketing major and a student worker at the New Media Creative program. So I developed an interest in digital media because it's the biggest thing in marketing. I have been working in marketing for the past 3 years, and I just think like social media is very interesting and like how people communicate through technology. Before I came to Sinclair, I went to the University of Dayton to study public relations. UD is a very, very great school, and I really loved going there. But at Sinclair, I did get the more practical experience. So a lot of my classes, we worked with organizations in the community, and we did projects for them. Also, the classes are smaller, so I got to interact with the students more and the professors more. Through the New Media Creative program, I have learned new skills, and I have been working with other students that I can learn from different countries and different areas of the city, different experiences. And also I'm learning more about Sinclair and the students who go here. I love working with the people here and the other students, and that I think that this is a great way to give back. My vision for my future is to just make a difference in people's lives, and if I can use my skills in marketing and public relations, then that's what I want to do.
My name is Asher Waite, and I am currently majoring in digital marketing. So I joined the New Media Creative because I saw an opportunity to grow. I've always been editing videos. It's probably been like 3, maybe even 4 years since I've been like editing videos, and every year or so I've just been like getting better and better. I actually have a YouTube channel, right? It's just called Asher. I changed it probably like 2 times or so, but it's now just called Asher, and I am very active. So if you want to subscribe, feel free to. I'm definitely looking forward to working with the media team this semester. I definitely see myself helping out and where it needs to be helped. And yeah, I'm excited.
I think my favorite part of the New Media Creative is the way that Jessica has really built this model with the syllabus and the deliverables. And she really affords them, she oversees the day-to-day in the lab, and she works with my marketing team to help facilitate the mentoring process. And she really allows students latitude. And I think what's really important about that is that they are able to work on a project with their own expectation of understanding from their perspective what we mean by the college voice, how brand standards work, how does the innovation they have in their head be realized to a deliverable for the college. So it has to align. So it's one thing to have a great idea. It's a whole other thing to have a great idea that actually perpetuates the mission and values of the institution you work for. And I think that's critical work experience.
Because the marketing team is so prolific, the students are benefiting a great deal by seeing what a department can do when they take everything in-house. And it's really beautiful because Sinclair creates it, we believe in the marketing products that are out there.
So we have our student lab. We give them real life projects that we would be working on, kind of gets it off our plate, gives them real world experience. Each person in our office takes turns sitting up in the lab, guiding the students. We're there for different questions. Each of us have a different expertise, so they can come to us with different questions when we're up there. And it's just nice for the students to have real world projects to work on and real life mentors to ask about said projects.
So when I'm in the lab, a lot of the times the students come to me about video editing, and they'll ask me questions about how to do this, how do I do that, how does this shot look, how could I be better at this? And that is exactly what we're there to do, is kind of guide them and nurture them so they can learn from a professional, actually get some hands-on experience, and then go out into the real world and be able to do what it is that they want to do and what it is that they want to study.
So when I'm in the lab, during my lab shift, the students do ask questions, so I help them with their videography, their web design, their web development, their graphic elements, and just help them guide them through the different processes that we go through every day.
So the last 2 semesters, I've been working on a few branding related projects here at Sinclair, specifically the Sinclair Community Colors coloring book contest. I designed the logo, the branding, flyers, videos, everything like that for that project. And I've also been going in and rebranding a few other events at Sinclair, such as Sinclair Talks. After finishing up at Sinclair here, I'm hoping to finish up my bachelor's degree at Franklin University, and then hopefully in the future pursuing my master's degree so I can become a professor of design here at Sinclair in the future. My experience here at the New Media Creative has helped my vision for the future in that I'm doing the things I've always dreamed of doing, branding projects and things like that, making an identity for various events. It's given me some good experience with real work, which is something I never really had up until this point. It's very difficult to find branding jobs for someone of my skill level, so this program has been super helpful in that sense.
My name is Mam Chiom, and I'm in business management / digital marketing here at Sinclair Community College. I'm part of the New Media Creative from the Sinclair Marketing Department. The New Media Creative helps you put in practice what you learn in class, but it also helps you engage in new field, new activities that you didn't know before. I was into photography before I joined in, but now I'm, learning how to make video, and I'm loving it right now. So, and that's just the beginning, because like I said, I'm intending to learn everything, and there is a lot to learn with the new media creative. It doesn't matter what your major is, you can kind of put it in practice, because I was in business administration when I joined in, and my end goal is to be one of the biggest entrepreneurs in Africa. Already have a home decoration company back in Senegal, which doesn't have any activity yet, but I'm planning on working on it, and I have other projects to help young people in Senegal and Africa in general engage into entrepreneurship and business and create their own business. And I really want to inspire people to do something, because I feel like we have a lot of resources in Africa that we haven't explored yet, and I would love to inspire young people to engage into exploring those resources. Sinclair has helped me a lot with my vision for my future. English is not my first language, and thanks to Sinclair, being in class, engaging in conversation, social conversation has helped me a lot understand more the world in general, which is super important when you're in the business world. And it has also helped me narrow my vision of business and figure out what I exactly want to do and where I was heading with all the ideas I had. I was supposed to transfer to Wright State after 2 semesters, but I loved it so much that I was like, let me just finish the associate. I'll get the chance to hang around a little longer. So that's how much I love it.
Hello, my name is Daria, and I came to Sinclair from Russia to study business administration. A couple months ago I joined New Media Creative, where I have a pleasure to work with amazing people. We share our experiences and help each other with different projects. I have been working on the International Student Series, where I was collecting information about students' interests, their experiences. Collected information is very helpful to analyze what can we do to improve the connection between students and Sinclair, and to emphasize different cultures. I'm, as international student, is especially interested in this because I know how many amazing people came from different countries. I like working with numbers, and I believe that in future I can make a research of the market and understand the demand, what customers would like to see, what they would like, and build the connection between customers and suppliers. I believe that experience I'm receiving right now at Sinclair, and especially in the new media creative, is very beneficial for my self-development and my future career, since I learn how to possess different technologies. I receive experience from different people, and it's amazing how we can communicate with each other, how we can apply our knowledge for the future goals and so on. And that's an amazing experience. After Sinclair, I would like to transfer to Wright State, where I will continue my business major, and I believe that experience I'm receiving here at Sinclair is very essential for my career and self-development. So I'm glad being part of this program.
Everyone in the office mentors them. There's always some aspect of mentoring that goes on with each of us, and the different experiences and knowledge that we have to help them throughout. There's Kelly with graphic arts, there's Paige with graphic arts, there's Alex and Jason that help them with videography and editing, and then there's also pictures. We take lots of pictures for different events, and we also have web development. So we also have students that come in and help do small kind of web things, which is mentored by Jeanette and Chelsea. Leah's the new media producer. She schedules out content that goes up on social media.
So when you think about writing social media posts, the students will write them, I will help them write them, and then we go through it together and we edit them before they go out. Because it's important to have a sense of professionalism in the post, but we also want to tell a bigger story. And we want to make sure that when we write these posts that there's a bigger story being told. And so when we sit down and write them together, they're learning, and they're also bringing ideas to the table that maybe I didn't even think about. And so we work together to create something that is meaningful and will impact the people who are reading it.
I think it gives them that You know, when you work on a project in the classroom on your own, it's your art, it's your decision. You don't have a client trying to guide you. You don't have brand standards that you're following. And in the real world, that's how it works. Once you get in a situation, you need to please the client, but then also make sure it's a good design. So learning how to make that connection and work with professionals and have an internship that's more than shuffling papers or answering phones, even just watching us. I mean, they're actually doing projects for our departments and for themselves and for their portfolios.
The Sinclair marketing team is phenomenal. We have a lot of great experts in different areas like graphic design, animation, web design. And so the students, when they're working on various marketing requests and projects, have the opportunity to be mentored by the marketing professionals. Students also have an opportunity to learn about what it's like to work in the field from the people that are working in it.
The most inspiring thing that I get to do with these students in the New Media Creative is mentorship. I get a chance to take students who are new or just have this newfound interest in media, specifically videography in my particular field, and I get to give them all the tips and tricks that I've learned over a number of years, and it's condensed into, you know, over a semester of time for them to be able to learn that and to practice that immediately. So as they're going through their classes, they're learning the classroom, but then they're learning how to translate it into their actual work. And I get to kind of like focus them in on the particulars of everything and really shape their professionalism and their knowledge of what they're actually doing. So that's the most inspiring part to me.
So, first of all, let me just say that I'm incredibly proud of the Sinclair Marketing Department for their roles and what they do to mentor students. It's pretty amazing to come in as a, say, for example, a graphic design student who comes in and goes to classes and they're learning about graphic design, they're learning theory, and to have an award-winning graphic designer come in and help you understand how to realize this in maybe a quicker way or a deeper way, or explain the tools a little bit more in a richer way so that students can get more engaged with what their dream is. That's astounding. And the fact that it's growing, so experiential learning is pretty amazing, but actually having aligned workforce development and experiential learning all together, that's just next generation. And that's really, to me, what Sinclair represents. Sinclair continually pushes the boundaries on innovation, and this is just one more example of that.
I thought it was awesome. It gives us a chance to really talk to the students and see their work that they're showcasing on what they've done. It just gives us a little bit more understanding of the process that has gotten them here, the education, the learning that they have had to get them to this point to go on out into the real world.
I thought it was wonderful. It's great to know that students are being challenged to be creative with their storytelling, and that they're also challenged to not rely on technology necessarily. I think, especially in this day and age, there's a temptation to really use technology as a crutch, but when you don't understand the fundamentals of how to connect with people, you just come up with a bunch of content that looks pretty but the same. So what this program really does is it really helps somebody connect on a very personal level with their audience.
I think the value is receiving the experience in their field, real life, experience where they have been critiqued and they have worked in an environment where they're actually putting together multimedia campaigns for clients, and they are equipped to handle that in their careers as they graduate and enter into the workforce.
I've had internships before and they've never been like this. I didn't really know what to expect coming in. I thought I would be doing the usual marketing that I'd been doing beforehand, but I got exposure to so many different aspects of marketing that I wouldn't have gotten before and I didn't get before at previous marketing internships. So It's similar in the sense where you have a supervisor that you can always go to for questions or anything, but what's different is the supervisors here are all working hard in their graphics design, coding, videographers, social media marketers, and they are just a question away pretty much.
Yeah, so when I first came into the New Media Creative, I was a little bit nervous because being a communication major, I didn't know exactly what I would do here, but I worked alongside with a bunch of the marketing staff, and they taught me how to use the camera, how to interview people, and just how to create a story through the different people that we interview and the different shots that we get.
So unlike in a classroom setting, every situation in there is a hypothetical, or we have statistics that are from companies that are often outdated from like 2013 or back. And here in the New Media Creative, it's tangible. What we're doing actually impacts the college's social media. A fellow student, Adam Robinson, and I worked on a wonderful series, Faculty Friday, where every Friday we would feature a new faculty member from various departments, whether it was communications, business, or even as diverse as culinary. And through that, we saw engagement go through the roof. Actually, the other day, we just received an email from one of the entrepreneurship professors, Rocky Belcher. We had featured him about 3 months ago, and still to this day, he is receiving emails about people who are interested in our entrepreneurship program who had no idea it existed because no video on it really existed until we covered him. And so now we're even seeing enrollment numbers change. And you're not going to get that in traditional classroom setting. You might do a project, but at the end of the day, it just gets thrown away. What we do here is create videos or various other forms of media that will exist on Sinclair's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for eternity.
The brilliant part about the New Media Creative is that it doesn't cater to just one type of student. The real beauty here is that we attract a lot of different students who are interested in some part of new media and marketing. So that means we could attract students who are interested in graphic design, photography, videography. We have students who enjoy writing. We have students who like to look into the data analytics component. We have web content developers, coders. And so really, if you have some interest in media, this is a great fit for you.